Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Star Trek Judgement Rites. When last we left off, we had passed all of the tests of the Brassica, even the one that they didn't expect us to pass. And so, we are here, with the Brassica, and their leader, and Uhura has a drink. It seems like the crew have been treated quite well while we've been away.
Strands of strange clouds reach across the hazy pink sky.
Looks like an interesting planet to live.
A distant dwelling of the Brassica.
Fair enough. What else do we have?
It is impossible to decipher any emotion or expression on this alien.
That is interesting. They all look pretty similar, too.
It is impossible to decipher
Okay, we can't decipher anything.
the floor.
I don't know what I was expecting when I clicked that.
A green dome frames the Brassican dwelling.
There's not much in the Brassican dwelling either.
The lieutenant seems intrigued by the presence of the Brassicans.
And has a drink. The only person that does.
The good doctor seems quite pleased.
Is he?
The Vulcan appears fascinated by the Brassicans.
Not surprising.
The captain is clearly gratified to finally be face to face with the Brassicans.
It only took nearly 8 missions.
The Klingon's eyes express his intense interest in meeting the Brassica face to face.
Well, let's start talking.
I wonder what Septhi really wants. The one Brassica, most against our making contact. Makes me suspicious. Might be another test.
Maybe.
Perhaps you should talk to the alien named Septhi, Captain.
Maybe.
Jim, go talk to Septhi.
I'm not even gonna move my lips when I say that.
Captain, I think you should talk to Septhi.
Everyone is thinking that.
Captain Kirk, isn't it time you returned to your ship?
Except Klar.
I was unsure. You have shown us that isolation is no longer a wise choice. I look forward to a challenging future.
Fair enough.
This is a day we will celebrate. The day we broke out of our isolation and joined the other races among the stars.
That's quite neat. Why don't we use our various tricorders on them? And then get killed because they don't want us to do that. I'm sure they won't mind.
The Brassica are quite an unusual life form, Captain. They retain certain vegetable characteristics which might account for some of their caution in dealing with other species. They may have been prey for even relatively non-threatening species.
Oh. What about McCoy's tricorder?
Jim, I've never had readings like this. How should I know if they're healthy or not?
I don't know, just guess. What about the actual atmosphere of the planet? What do they breathe?
The air is nitrogen carbon dioxide with a breathable level of oxygen.
That's handy. But most importantly, what is going on with Sephi over there? Because Sephi seems to be acting oddly. Let's go talk to Sephi. Behind the wall.
Captain Kirk, I have misgivings about the Klingon race. For our mutual protection, here is a paralens disk of data which I want you to have. With this knowledge, you can come to our defense. Will you take it and safeguard our future?
That is an interesting statement.
Yes, I'll take the disc. Not without knowing more about it. No, take it up with the Federation ambassador when he gets here. Yes, I'll take the disc.
I think we'll take the disc. What is this disc? It's an odd thing. Let's look at it.
A paralens contains data and may be examined by a reader console.
Now, I think we're going to show Klar this. After all, Klar has proven to be trustworthy. Let us show him what Sephi has shown us.
What's this, Kirk? It looks like a paralens. Zente, what do you know about this?
Captain Kirk, is it your intention to turn over that data to Captain Klar?
Yeah.
Yes, in the name of the trust and cooperation, Captain Klar, the data disk belongs in your hands.
Yep.
Not only to show it, Captain Klar, do you have anything to share as a result of seeing this? Yes, in the name of the trust and cooperation, Captain Clar, the data disk belongs in your hands.
When I'm given the second option, that seems far more reasonable, because if something has been shown to him, he might just keep this.
Not only to show it, Captain Clar, do you have anything to share as a result of seeing this?
Indeed.
Are you suggesting, Captain, that I might have secretly been handed one of these also? I was told this disc contained a scan of Federation space.
That's a big thing.
Fancy that. The Brassican Septhi said this disc contained a scan of Klingon space. Playing both sides, Zenti?
Oh dear.
Perhaps, Captain Kirk. Or perhaps this is our final test. What if those discs contain scans of your home space, respectively? Or our finest technologies?
Good question.
Give us a reader console to examine the data.
Indeed.
Even if you had a reader console, which of you would be the one to use it? You must decide what to do without the knowledge.
Ah.
Clar, give me your disc, and I'll give you this one. Clar, let's give both discs back.
That's an option.
Clar, smash yours, and then I'll smash this one. Keep both discs, Clar. I rely on your honor to break them both. Give them both to me, Clar. Trust me to do what is right. Clar, give me your disc, and I'll give you this one.
You know what? I trust in Clar, because this one, he won't trust us to take the disc first.
Clar, let's give both discs back.
Decent option, but doesn't really solve the problem.
Clar, smash yours, and then I'll smash this one.
He'll probably refuse.
Keep both discs, Clar. I rely on your honor to break them both.
That is probably the best option.
Give them both to me, Clar. Trust me to do what is right.
No, that's not going to work. I think
Keep both discs, Clar. I rely on your honor to break them both.
we have seen that Clar is honourable and reasonable, and a very generally nice guy. So, we'll rely on his honour to break them.
Trust brings trust, Kirk.
Indeed.
You have won our respect, Captain. Both of you. Those discs were blank and no scans existed. This was truly the final test. I am greatly reassured about our intersecting futures.
With both the Federation and the Klingons, I wager.
I doubt we have seen the last Brassican test, Zente. Seems to be your nature. The Klingons will do well. Now I think it is time for us to go.
Oh? Well, all I heard was the first part of that in the text.
Let me leave you with this. Individuals among us act as individuals, for good and for ill. But overall, the different races of the Federation are joined in a mutual respect that overcomes differences. I think you will be pleased with this.
I hope so.
I think I can already see that, Captain Kirk. Farewell.
And I do believe this is the end of the game. Hello there! We survived! Nobody died.
Captain's log, stardate 6270.5. We have succeeded in making formal contact with the Brassica. We look forward to a long and productive relationship with them. So, Lieutenant, you turned down the Brassica's offer to become the Federation official ambassador.
Oh?
Not in my job description, Captain. And they were probably just testing me.
Possibly.
A formidable accomplishment, Captain. Establishing diplomatic relations with a new and advanced alien race. Improving our relations with the Klingons. Impressive.
Very impressive.
Thank you, Mr. Spock.
Everyone's so cheerful today. Even Spock's in a good mood. This makes me nervous.
It would always make you nervous.
Message from Starfleet, Captain.
Okay.
There's my answer.
Yep.
I have reviewed your report from your recent assignment, Captain, and have a few comments.
Probably good comments, I hope.
I am very pleased with your performance. It was a perfect mission, Jim. Your reputation as Starfleet's best starship captain is secure. Kane out.
And now we'll get the summary of all the missions.
Another message from Starfleet.
And compared to the first game, where I didn't do that well, I think this one's gonna be much better.
On screen.
Jim, we have evaluated your current series of missions, and we are satisfied with your performance. You've done some good work lately. Keep it up.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Admiral.
That's all, Jim. Starfleet out.
We are satisfactory, apparently. Perfecting missions and doing very well otherwise. We are satisfactory. That's good. Much better than before, where they said we had lots of things to improve upon. I'll take that.
He could have been a little more enthusiastic. We haven't been doing badly.
At all.
Starfleet was not built on adequacy, Doctor. They have always had high expectations.
Indeed.
And so they should. We can always do better, Bones.
We can always perfect every mission.
I think I reached my limits a long time ago, Jim.
Oh, I doubt that, McCoy.
None of us have reached it yet, Bones, but somewhere out there, there's a new challenge. And I can't wait to see what it is.
Unfortunately, you won't see what it is, Captain Kirk, because there was no sequel to this game. Indeed, the game is now over. And off flew the Enterprise into space. And again, I think you might have missed a star you were looking for. And that is the credits. Indeed, the game is over. We have finished Star Trek Judgement Rites. And although we didn't perfect everything, we still did pretty well. And also, conversion of Star Trek title theme from pieces of various other bits, I quite like that. It's quite a good homage to the final credits of any of the episodes, or actually the intro credits. That never happened when I was playing, and I'm glad it didn't. And that never happened. Well, that did happen, but I don't think everyone died. But, you see all the credits there for all the various episodes? This is a really well put together game. Many improvements were made on the first actual version of the game, the 25th anniversary. You saw that the engine was used, improved upon, the stories I think are a lot better written, and basically it's a brilliant point-and-click adventure game, and it's a treat if you like Star Trek. The entire voice cast returning, and it's so well written. I think, personally, I'm glad that I returned to playing it. There are a few faults, like the very quiet ambient speed. It's happening actually right now, but you probably won't actually be able to hear it. But indeed, this game, as a point-and-click adventure game, is a very, very impressive game. And I'm really glad that it's around, because it was also, as I said at the beginning, the last time DeForest Kelley was ever actually McCoy. And it's there as a sort of capsule of what Star Trek is. Exploring strange worlds, meeting new life, encountering all sorts of strange problems, and in the case of Trelane, near godlike creatures. And for some reason the ominous music has kept playing. I wonder if it's expecting me to press escape at this point and try and load up. But Star Trek is something that I've always enjoyed watching. I mean, I never actually got to watch the original series when it was when I was young. It was when I was older that I caught occasional episodes of it. But the Next Generation was more the thing I watched, and later bits of Voyager and Deep Space Nine. Never Enterprise. And I did watch various movies. I think I watched all the original movies, and some of the Next Generation era ones. I don't think I watched the one in between First Contact and Nemesis, Insurrection. Don't think I watched that one. So I definitely do like Star Trek, and this is a game that is only... well, basically, it's already a good point-and-click adventure game, made better by the fact that it is a Star Trek game for me, because I really enjoy Star Trek. But I think anyone would be able to appreciate this game, even if you're not a fan of Star Trek, because it is so well put together. And I did a run where I pretty much succeeded at nearly everything. You can totally mess up these missions if you try. Or even if you don't know what you're doing, you can mess up the every single mission. You could go around using your kill phaser in the very first mission on everyone, and basically killing everyone on board. You could let Bradell escape. You could do all sorts. You could even do the chess game wrong. You can even lose points on the chess game. You could basically go around and completely botch up every single mission, and yet achieve success. And by success, I mean very, very conditional success. Very conditional success indeed. And that is the design, basically the signal of a good game well designed. Because it gives you that choice of being able to do things in so many different ways. Also, we're still just flying in space here, with the ominous music playing in the background. The graphics, as I said before, were improved upon, and basically, it's a really solid game. I don't know what else to say there. It's really solid. I'm really glad I returned to it, because I really like the first one, and the second one's good. There was another point-and-click adventure game in the Star Trek universe, but not the original series. And hopefully one day I might be able to get that working sufficiently that I'll be able to show you, because that game, even more than these ones, is a game of my childhood. Definitely a game of my childhood. In fact, one of the first PC games I ever actually owned myself. One of the first PC games I ever owned myself. I mean, Lands of Lore, it wasn't actually mine. It was one of my siblings who had that game. And I had the other game. The game that hopefully one day I'll be able to show you. But for now, as we fly infinitely in space, it is time for us to bid Judgement Rites farewell. For now, this game is over. Very good game, but it's unfortunately still over. And what shall come next? That I'm not entirely sure on. But such is the way of these things, I always tend to find something I want to do. It's one of those situations where you at first go, there's nothing I'd want to play, and then as you actually sit there, something usually comes to mind. So, I'll catch you next time, folks. For I'm Kikoskia, and this was Let's Play Star Trek Judgement Rites. The music's not exactly very cheery here. I'm actually a bit wary to press escape, just in case the screen decides to close the game off, and then things go awry with the recording. But that is what happens when you play a game from the early 90s. They weren't designed with recording in mind. And yet, it was recorded anyway. To endeavor to record new games and new loose scenarios. And I'm not even going to try and do a continuation of that speech, because I think Captain Kirk would be very disappointed. And I think a red shirt would probably die just from me attempting it. So, I'm Kikoskia, and that was Let's Play Star Trek Judgement Rites. And when we come back, folks, something completely different. Or maybe it might not be so different after all. Who knows? Who knows? So, I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later.